Hey everybody, this is Dustin, your RV specialist. So today we're working on a 2016 Solitude, and it's a 384 GKR. And we're over here in this area. From here clear up to underneath this front cap, we have a 15-foot 6-inch stretch. And so we assumed that we had a frame flex issue, but just to advise everybody, we didn't find anything wrong. We found some normal flex in the coach based off of the length and the span of it, but we did not find not one single weld that was broken. So I'm gonna go up here and zoom in. I'll show you some of the aluminum stuff that we looked at, show you some of the frame stuff up underneath. We went inside, and there's some things that are moving around a little bit inside, but it's very minor and, I'm not gonna say normal, but, to a certain extent, there's so much stuff that's in this coach and how heavy it is that there's nothing that we found that's wrong or that needs to be beefed up at this time or added to or replaced or repaired. So here we are underneath the unit. We'd remove the skin, which the skin is over here resting in front of that Class C. And I'm on a little stool, but basically what we were looking at was all the 45 plates that were added in as extra support to see if they were damaged or bent in any way, if the welds were broken at all. 3 welds here, nothing wrong with it. Same thing here. We were looking at all the welds for the pin box itself, none wrong. Again, this video is going to be quick, so we're not going to hit everything. We were looking for underneath the front cap. When the coach is picked up, this gap opens up wider, but that's normal. So we do see movement from here to here, but that's nothing to be freaked out about. The walls and the roof, we went up on the walls and the roof. That stuff's all staying in place, and it's the actual frame itself lifting. As we went through earlier, we talked about the plastic pieces and stuff, things that were leaking on it, minimal rust, and not a lot of damage from anything like that. That was just normal wear and tear from the sealants. But none of the welds, so whether it be on the aluminum, none of the welds underneath, were broken or compromised. There was a couple screws, like one of these screws over there that's hanging out, that was busted loose. But it could have just been from being over tightened or flex. But none of the I-beams, none of the hangers, none of the brackets or pieces or the cross runners, all that stuff's in great shape. Obviously you see screws and stuff that was sticking down through, but that's coming through different cabinet pieces that are up here in the front closet. This unit also has 2 independent washer dryer combos. So there's a washing machine over here on one side, there's a dryer on the other side, or vice versa. I don't remember which was which, but basically, again, we were looking at all the plates on it, all of the welds on the I-beams, all of the welds, anything that had been welded or could have possibly needed to be welded, it's welded and intact. So we don't see any failures whatsoever. We went further back. We went into all the compartments. We took out the one of the drawers out of the stairs. We went inside. We probably picked this unit up and down, I don't know, I would guess and say probably 100 times with 3 of us out here, which we're not going to charge the parties involved for all that time. But we went out through here and lifted and moved and shaked and tried to simulate like if we was, bouncing up and down in a pickup truck and doing side to side movements and, all of the welds and all of the plates. This is a different style than what you've normally been seeing with that big flat plate that's been busting off. All of that stuff is completely fine. So no issues as far as other than normal movement. I mean, you got this huge span that basically starts right about here. And there's another cross piece that's in there too. But from here clear back to this door area is 15 feet, 6 inches. And we're assuming that it's stopped off in this area of the coach. But, we've opened the compartment doors, and the only thing that we've, we can't even say, hey, there's nothing from weight either. The customer or somebody at one time added the storage tray. He's got a nice big heavy toolbox in here. There's compressors and chairs and battery chargers and shelving that's been added and everything all up underneath the framework. I mean, we crawled and used cameras to probe through here. Every single weld on all the cross hangers and beams, all the screws on the sidewall brackets are fine. Nothing is shifting at all inside here on the walls or the structure. So, you know, just an FYI. He's even added a secondary stairs, and underneath is the other stairs. So talk about, you know, adding additional weight. Lithium batteries up front. Nothing's caused that. The only thing that we did see in here where we heard some movement was, you can't see it from the camera, but there's a piece of wood stud that's in there that's cracked, and that's from the drawer hanger itself. So we would go up and down the stairs and moving the coach, we can hear that movement, and we can hear even me just walking in here, you can hear the movement. But there was a little bit of movement in here, but again, that's from the stairs and the steps and when it was flexing. So we came all through inside here, had the slide outs both in and out. Hey everybody, had the rooms in and out, closets. You know, there's some flex and stuff where the closets will pick up, but that's because the weight of the coach is lifting. And so everything over there is moving and jostling like it's supposed to, but we don't see any of the normal issues of things falling off or damage to the slide outs. The slide outs have all been checked as well. I mean, there's stuff that's maintenance wise that needs to be done, but no failures. So none of the cabinets and the walls and framework, none of that stuff's given away. We couldn't hear once we opened it up, and we're kind of listening as we were moving it up and down. We were trying to see if there was any other wall movements, to see if the walls were moving. The slide outs, obviously they pivot a little bit, but that's normal based off of the frame staying in there, you know. So anyways, we will check back. I'll probably do a few more videos, but I just wanted you to know that here's one that we did have the concern on. And, you know, from identifying it from lifting a standpoint, we did see quite a bit of movement in here. We've seen over, 5/8 to an inch of movement. But as far as doing the measuring from the frame itself downward, downward to see if there was any extreme flex or anything that was broken whatsoever, nothing. Again, we went through all the propane compartments. We went through all the compartments on the sides, checking pretty much everything. So we were good to go. Nothing's weak or fatigued. None of this steel is up here is moving, any way than other what it's supposed to. So, well, stay tuned for more, and we will catch you up as we do some more videos and some more pictures on this. Thanks so much for watching.